what I want to talk to you about now is distance. And I want to talk to you about the ring versus the street. Now everybody's going to think, oh my God, he's talking about rules. I'm not talking anything about rules. I'm not talking about a referee. I'm talking about the fact if I'm going to go into the ring, I can research what my opponent is. The opponent may be a runner, he may shoot, and he may be a blocker. So I can plan a campaign, I can do tactics that'll help me get him. And what I'm going to do is to try to fool his distance. Different ways of doing that, all right? We have Jeremy Lynch here and Stephen Russell. They've got gloves on, so what Jeremy's going to do is he's going to cheat the distance. There it is. So a short jab, he thinks it's short, and all of a sudden it becomes long. So you've cheated his distance. You give him a different false perception. Next, you can do the same thing by doing a straight rear punch, a short straight rear punch, short straight rear punch, and then followed by a long one. So you do a short straight rear, short straight rear, short straight rear to a long straight lead, and you will cheat the distance there. Okay. Now another way, if he's a blocker, is sometimes guys over parry. So that what I'll do, I'll just demonstrate this. What I'll do is I'll start the punch. See, now he's going to parry it. Boom. I'll start the punch, stop it, and then punch. Okay? That's called a delayed hit. So I'll go 1, 2, right there. Another way to kind of cheat that, to get the distance, to bridge the gap, is called progressive indirect attack. So Jeremy, usually you set it up with a full straight punch first. So he's going to do a low straight lead. Okay, the guy blocks it. No straight lead. Okay, now he's going to go slow motion and go halfway in this time, and then parry and back fist. Okay, so he uses that feint to bridge the distance. So he's using that for distance, and then the indirect is for time. There it is there. Okay. Now he's going to this time parry with his rear hand. And to a hook. Again. Okay, now in training, you want to make this alive as possible. So the trainer will either block with his front hand or with his rear hand. Jeremy doesn't know what he's going to do until he moves. So Jeremy's motion is based on his motion, like Bruce Lee said. Now, here's the thing, okay? None of this would work on the street. So all of this stuff is really nice for the ring because you have some idea what your opponent is. In the street, you have no idea at all. So if I was to try a straight jab like that on Jeremy, a short jab, he might just come right under it, you know, and grapple, because he's watched an awful lot of MMA. Everybody plays with that. So I go here, boom, I'm on the ground, okay? So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. A progressive indirect attack, that'll work when he comes in. He goes boom, and I go here, boom. That might work, but it doesn't work against JKD. Because as soon as this guy, once I've got the distance here of the gap, that he has to bridge the gap, he has to step towards me. I don't care what he's doing with his hand, I'm going to do a leg obstruction and stop him, no matter what. So I'm here like this, he comes towards me, boom, bam. That's all it takes. It doesn't matter, because if I don't know what the heck this guy's going to do, if I attack him, it's much safer for me to wait for him to attack me. He has to take that step towards me. That gives me that target, and that gives me the hit here, or to get the hell out of there. So that's what makes actual sense in combat, where the progressive indirect attack makes no sense at all against somebody who intercepts. It's good against a blocker, and it's good against a runner.